Hello again, Airsofters. We are back again today, but this time we do not have an AEG. We have a gas blowback rifle. This is the M4 PDW from Daniel Defense. It is a CGS system. Slowly learning about this stuff. I won this from 6mm Badger. I'll put a link in his webpage. You should go check him out. He does 2 or 3 videos a day. He's gotten completely into doing gas blowback, airsoft replicas. These are toys, airsoft toys. But this particular one he sent me because I won it on his live stream. I've been a member of his channel for over 4 years now. I actually did a custom build for him. He's got a video on there about that. He actually did a recap video of it just a little while ago. But he built this to his specs and what he wanted. Well, there's no such thing as a free gun. We all know that, or a free replica. So I wanted to make it a little more my own. And there were some things on it I wanted to change. Now, he had a Ventatu optic with a nice little cover, an optic riser. And it's not that I dislike this optic. It's just for me, it's a little small for the replica itself. And since I'm getting more into pistols, I'm sure I have a pistol this will go onto, and the optic riser will not go to waste. That'll end up on something else. One of the other things he had on here was a small M-Lock MBG forward grip. I've replaced that with a Daniel Defense grip. I'm going to be painting the replica itself, the stock, and the forward grip to match. I'm going to be taping off the grippy areas with the emblems, but then paint this so it all matches. I'm going to do a base color and then move a paint job over it. I'm not going to tell about that too much because I got to work that out with the airbrush kit I just got. I've got to practice and see if the idea I have in my head will work. If it does, then that's what's going on here. Just to make it different, make it my own, you know. But I wanted to get the buffer tube, full stock, and the Daniel Defense grip to match. So I have those on here now. I already put those on. That wasn't too difficult. I mean, loosen the castle nut, unscrew the buffer tube. I unscrewed the castle nut and then unscrewed the entire PDW stock, which I won't need anymore. If anybody wants a PDW stock for Daniel Defense, got it right here. And I won't be needing this either because I have a new one. And what I got was the CGS system. This is now the bolt that will go in the buffer tube. And it has, I'll show this on camera, it has a spot inside for buffer weights, so you can feel more recoil if you like. I'm not going to put these in. I want to see what it feels like empty, and then I may put these in and test them later, but most likely not. But I'm going to put this one in. Get this back together. Now I already popped the pin in this. It opens up easy. I'm not taking the bolt out because I'm not doing anything with the bolt, so there's no reason to remove it. What I'm doing is I'm putting that into here. Now I'm going to have to press down on that little retention pin there to get everything in, but it should go in pretty simple. Again, I'm not a gas blowback tech. I've only learned what I learned from videos. I also have buffer tube, I guess short stroke kit washers I can put in here, but again, I'm not going to put these in either until I see what it's like without them. And we're going to test fire this after we get this all together. So this just goes in like this, pat that clip, and ta-da, it's in there. Pretty easy. I'm going to snap this back, pop that pin back through. Okay, that's not going back. Why isn't that going back? Okay, hold on a second. All right, after a little bit of finagling off camera and learning a few things more about this particular replica, I only needed to use the upper half of this, which means I can't use the buffer tube I got. I didn't get a long enough buffer tube. That was my mistake. Again, this is a learning curve, but it does work with just the upper half of this, which is fine. I'll show you how it works. I gassed up the mag. Do semi. Fires. Do full auto. Yep, that works. Now we're going to take it out and do a test fire. Do some shooting out in the backyard range. So let's take this out there and see how this shoots now that I've changed it. All right, we're out here in the backyard range. Got the DDM4. It's not a PDW anymore. It's got the stock. Got it all set up. Get the new optic in tomorrow, so I'll post pictures of what that looks like. But let's slam that forward and let's see how this does. Oh, safe, semi. That's just one-handed. Let's see what full auto sounds like. And we have lock back. So I guess did it right. Okay, awesome. The new M4 PDW from 6mm Badger is redone to a full stock and a matching foregrip. So next, move on to painting. I dig it. Cutter out. All right, quick little addendum. I did end up using one of these. I used a smaller one. I used it at the bottom of the buffer tube to take away that springy noise of the spring it was making. I won't be able to use these weights, of course, because I can't use this second half. That whole system is too long. It's for a longer buffer tube than I have, I think. I'm not sure. Again, gotta look into that. But the front half fits, and the front half works fantastically because it's the same size in front as it is in the back, so it stays nice and level. But this definitely helped down on the springing noise. Again, I replaced that. I have a optic coming, which will go on this, and I'll of course post pictures. And I did get 3 extra mags. These were a big smack in the wallet, $70 a piece. Ouch. But well worth it, because this thing is fantastic. Love it. Thank you, Badger. Can't wait to see the artwork I do in this. And cut her out.